When you're scrolling through endless options for a recliner, the biggest question is usually whether you'll actually use the features you're paying for, or if you'll end up with a pricey seat that just takes up space. I get that hesitation, especially when you're thinking about a piece that promises everything from massage to a lift assist motor. Those are the kind of claims that can feel a bit too good to be true. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon, and in the next few minutes I'll walk through what it really looks like in a live-in setting, where the value actually comes from, and who should walk away with this orange leather recliner, and who should keep looking. First off, let's talk about the daily rhythm that most people have in a living room or home theater. For many, the chair is the go-to spot after work, after a workout, or right before bedtime. The KswyyuwxgqI recliner is built around that exact moment. You press a button, the seat lifts just enough to help you stand, the back reclines, and then you can toggle heat or massage without leaving the spot. In a real home, that lift feature is most useful for older adults or anyone with knee or back issues. Imagine a grandparent who has trouble getting up from a low couch. This chair can be the difference between a painful scramble and a smooth, assisted rise. The dual motor system does the work quietly, so you're not hearing a garage door like while you're trying to unwind. Now, the orange leather finish is more than just a color statement. It's a leather that the manufacturer describes as breathable and easy to clean. In practice, that means you can wipe away a spilled coffee or a stray pet hair with a damp cloth and the surface doesn't feel sticky afterward. I've seen people with kids and dogs worry about leather staining, and the fact that this material is marketed as breathable actually helps prevent that sweaty, clingy feeling you sometimes get with cheaper synthetic upholstery. It also holds up to the occasional sunbeam from a nearby window without cracking, which is a subtle but real benefit if your living room gets a lot of natural light. The massage and heating functions are where the experience diverges from a regular recliner. The massage has 3 intensity levels, and in a real-world test you can set it to a gentle pulse while you're reading a book or crank it up for a quick muscle loosening after a jog. The heat element warms up the seat in roughly a minute, which is great for chilly evenings, but it's worth noting that the heat runs on a simple thermostat, so you won't get a precise temperature readout, just a warm enough feel. That's fine for most casual users, but if you're looking for medical-grade heat therapy, you might be disappointed. The real advantage is convenience. You don't have to juggle a separate heating pad or a handheld massager. It's all built into the backrest and can be toggled with a single remote. Installation is another practical point that often trips buyers up. The chair arrives in a large box, and you have to assemble the frame, attach the leather upholstery, and connect the power module yourself. The instructions are fairly detailed, but if you're not comfortable with basic furniture assembly, you'll need a friend or a professional to help. This is a hidden trade-off. You save on the cost of pre-assembly, but you spend a couple of hours figuring out the bolts and wiring. Once it's set up, the power cord is short enough to stay discreet behind a side table, but you do need an outlet within arm's reach. If you live in a rental that limits modifications, that cord could be a deal-breaker. Who should walk away with this chair? Primarily, it's a solid choice for households with seniors, people recovering from injuries, or anyone who spends a lot of time in a single spot and values the convenience of lift assist and integrated comfort features. It also works well for movie night enthusiasts who want a seat that can tilt back fully, keep drinks within reach via the built-in cup holders, and stay warm through a long marathon. The orange leather adds a splash of personality, so if you're furnishing a modern or eclectic space, it can become a focal point rather than just another piece of furniture. On the flip side, if you're a minimalist who prefers a low-profile sofa, or if you need a recliner for a small apartment where the footprint of a full-size power chair would dominate the room, this might feel too large. The weight of the unit because of the dual motors and leather makes it hard to move once placed, so it's not ideal for frequent rearranging. Also, if you're looking for a recliner that offers precise temperature control or medical-grade massage patterns, you'll need to look elsewhere. Finally, the DIY assembly requirement could be a sticking point for anyone who isn't comfortable with tools. Overall, the value proposition comes from the combination of 3 things: the lift assist,